Recording in progress.
Okay, so this is the most important information for today. Is about the grading policy. Okay, there will be total of 5 assignments for the whole semester, one semester, and then the assignments will contribute to your grade 20% for your final grade. Okay, so each of the assignments will be about 4%. Okay, and then another important point which contributes to your final grades is the topic discussion and also the lecture video completion, because this is a distance learning course, so you watch the lecture video. It's a mandatory. Okay, and there will be your history to watch the video will be recorded by the platform. Okay, so it's mandatory. You need to watch that. And then for the midterm exam and final exam, both of them are online exam. Okay, so you don't need to come to school to perform the test. You only need to check the platform, okay, the iLearning, and then do the test, okay, both for midterm exam and final exam. And for the final project presentation, it will give you the highest grade because it's 30%. If you missed it, then you will definitely fail this course, okay? No matter you already work on the assignments, you complete all the requirements, but I see some of the students, they forgot to come during the schedule of the final project presentation. So they get the 0 grade for this requirement, final project presentation. They still fail, okay? So you need to pay attention. So once you know your schedule to present your final, you need to set a reminder on your phone, okay, to avoid this mistake. All right, so I will explain one by one. Okay, so assignments, I think it's quite straightforward. The assignments, the 5 assignments, I give you quite much time. You can complete it before the final term week. So you have literally one semester around 4 months or 5 months to finish the assignments. Okay, so it's around there will be assignments every 2 weeks, every 2 chapters. No, every 2 weeks. Yeah, every 2 weeks. And any late submissions will not be accepted. Why? Because I already give you such a very long period to finish the assignments. Okay, so later if you are telling me, teacher, I forgot to do these assignments, then you know my answer. Okay, okay, so assignments 20%, and then next one is discussion topic and the lecture video completion. Okay, so it should be 4 topics, it's not 5. It should be 4 topics. Total of 4 topics will be given to you in the platform for you to answer, okay? And I will show you how to do it. and you need to be complete before the end of the semester. Okay, so for the assignments and topic discussions, please complete before the final week. Okay, means around before the end of the December. Okay, because you will have the final examinations on, I think it's on 8th of January. Okay, yeah, 8th of January. And the completion of the entire lecture video is required. Okay, I know that you got a lot of source to learn. You got a lot of source to study, but the lecture video completion is the requirement from the university. Okay, if you do not watch the video, the campus, this university will be in trouble. Okay, so you need to watch. You must watch. Okay, and the video completion will be checked on the midterm during the midterm week. Okay, so before you perform the test, it's one of the requirements. Okay, so for example, the midterm will be on 6th of November. Okay, 6th of November, and then the 4 weeks will be, okay, I think it's October something. I forgot. Okay, this is October, blah 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 blah, and then September. Okay, so we have a video, lecture video from September to October. Okay, let's say before the midterm exam. For doing the midterm exam, you need to finish to watch the video. Okay, that's the requirement. If you don't watch, the platform or the systems will ask you to watch first before you can perform the exam. Okay, so that's the requirement. And for the final, 11. So I think it's in 11th of January for this course. So also the same thing. You need to watch the previous video before you can do the final exam. Okay? I know that maybe watching the video will be such a boring things. Okay? So since it's a mandatory from the university, you must complete the video. No matter you watch the video while you are sleeping or playing video games, it's okay. At least you watch all the video. Okay? Because I believe that you have a lot of source to learn, to study from ChatGPT, from the Google source, internet, a lot of source. Okay? So yeah, that's the important things from the university for you to do. And then, okay, the midterm exam. So previously, I only make the exam available for 24 hours, but I see some of the students missed the exam. So starting this semester, I set up the exam to be available for 5 days. Okay, so it will give you quite a lot of time to perform the exam. Okay, 5 days, starting from November 3rd until 7th. Okay, so it's 5 days. It's very long. Usually it's only one day, 24 hours. So if you still fail to perform the test, you know my answer. Okay? You can read that failure to take the exam will not be accepted. Okay. Next, for the final report. Okay, so this course you will learn how to make you will learn the basic about the database. Okay, so later after you complete the whole video course, you take you read the PPT and something like that, you will be able to make your own database. Okay, so for the final report, I want you to make a database schema design, which includes the key entities. The eight key entities is the tables, and then you define the attributes. Attributes is the column for each of the tables, and then the relationship between the tables. Okay, the key and the constraints using the ER diagram. Okay, you might be very confused for now, but later on you will be know what we are talking about now. Okay, and then the last thing for the report, you need to check the normalization. Okay, so also for the normalization, you will be able to know after you complete the course. And then you create one report file, okay, one group, one file, and then you need to submit the report before the presentation day, okay, and I will tell you where to submit, still using the same platform, okay. And the template of the report is also available on the iLearning. I will show you later, okay. Still about the final report. So for the final report, you need to form a group, okay? One or two people for one group. If you cannot find any mates to make a group, then you're the only one is also okay. And then you need to schedule your group to present the report between December 4 and December 18. Okay? So we have 3 weeks. We have 3 weeks to present. Okay? December 4, December 11th, and December 18th. And the schedule sheet will be given to you next week. Okay, next week. So make sure if you have any friends you know who also join this course, please ask them to come tomorrow. Okay? And I will show you how to put your name on the sheet later on. And then after, once you choose a date, when you choose a schedule, for example, you choose December 11th to present your final report, then please do not change because it will affect the other schedules. Okay. So for one day, I will schedule around 8 to 10 groups to present for one day. Okay. So if you change your schedule, there will be a lot of troubles. Okay, and this is the most important one. On the presentation day, all the group members, okay, for example, you are 2 people in one group. These 2 people needs to come to class to participate in the presentation. Okay, both of the students need to come to class to participate in the presentation. I found some students, they were like, okay, for example, there will be student A and student B, right? Okay, student A, you work on the PPT, and I will work for the presentation. You know, the speaking, okay? So during the presentation, this student is the one who talks. I don't recommend this way, okay? So during the presentation day, I need both of you, the student A and student B, to present, okay, to talk, to present, to do the presentation. Okay, so you can divide the slides. For example, for student A, he or she will present from slide 1 to 10, while student B, he or she will present from slide 11 to 20. Okay, because I want you to talk. It's not only one of you. And that's become one of the assessment criteria for the final report, okay? Your attitude during the presentation, yeah? Okay, so the other groups who are not presenting on the presentation day is allowed for not attending the class. So I only expect the group who are presenting on the class. Got it? Okay. Okay, so this is the assessment criteria. All right, so you can read by yourself later on. And don't worry, you don't need to take a picture because I already uploaded on iLearning and you can read it by yourself, okay? And I know that we are in this era where you can just prepare the presentation by using ChatGPT, and then the text also, you know, the text note for the presentation also using ChatGPT. So I saw a lot of students, they only read the text the whole time, okay? So they only read the text and their eyes are on the papers all the time, okay? And the audience is over here. So they don't see the audience. This is a bad attitude during the presentation because the audience will think if you only read the papers, they will think that you're not mastering the topic of the presentation. Okay, so it's part of the assessment criteria. I think it's okay for you to prepare the text, but try your best to see the audience, okay? Like occasionally see the audience. You read the text and then occasionally see the audience to keep the engagement with the audience. I think it's a good practice for you for the next future, for your career. I think it's very good for you to practice. You are coming to university to do a lot of mistakes. So it's okay for you to make a mistakes because you're still practicing. You're still learning. Okay? So once you are graduate, that's the real life you need to face. Okay? So the presentation is one of the skills that that will be useful for your future career. Okay, so if you have the chance, use the chance very well. Okay, that's why I always ask my students to do presentation in English. Okay, in English, the presentation will be in English. Maybe you're saying, teacher, my English is not so good, so I need a paper to do the presentation. It's okay. It's okay. You can prepare the papers to present to do the presentation, but try your best not to just read the papers. Okay, try your best to engage with the audience. Okay, by occasionally see the audience during your presentation. Okay. Okay, so this is the requirements. Since it's a distance learning course, so again, I'm telling you that the lecture video is mandatory to watch. Okay? You must watch the full lecture video. Skipping it could result in failing the course. Yeah, of course, because if you don't watch the video, then you cannot perform the midterm exam and final exam. It means that you will fail the course. And then regular login. Please check the platform weekly. I know it's a distance courses, and then maybe some of you will think, I will learn, I will watch the video, I will study the PPT on during my free time. But try to do it regularly. I mean weekly. Okay, once a week. Try to check the platform. Open your smartphone, because I think some of you already download the mobile version, right? And then again, no late submissions for anything like assignments or the test, yeah, the exams, midterm exam and final exam. Okay, no late submissions, because if you late, you will receive a grade of 0. Okay, next, this is the schedule course. Today is 11th of September, so it's only a course introductions. And then next week, you still have to come to class, okay? Because we will start the chapter 1, and also before the starting chapter 1, I will give you the schedule sheet. Okay, I will open the sheet for you. It's a form, a version for you to fill in your name and your group mates, and schedule the date for you to do the final presentation. And then starting from 25th of September, the lecture will be distance. Okay, starting from 25th of September. Tilly. Okay. 25th of September. Okay, there will be a distance, so you don't need to come to class. Okay, study on the platform, on the iLearning. Okay, so for today, this day, 6th of November, is your midterm exam week. Since our schedule is on Thursday, so in this outline or this schedule, I put it 6th November. But actually, you can perform starting from 3rd of November until 7th of November. Okay? And then still distance classes. And then starting from December 4th, okay, it will be a final report presentation. And you can choose which week you want to do the final report presentation. Okay? And these 2 weeks, December 25th and the 1st of January, will be holiday because, yeah, it's a national holiday. So we don't have class. So that's why the report, I made it 3 weeks before the holiday. And the final exams is right after the holiday, okay? I also put it on Thursday, but actually you can perform it starting from, I think it's 4th of January, yeah? Oh, no, 3 or 5? Yeah, around that date, okay? Okay. Oh, still taking pictures? You don't need to take pictures, actually. Okay, I will. Okay, so I will show you a video about a future job that will be having a good salary, okay? And it's still related to the database, data systems, data science kind of things. Okay, I will show you this picture. Is it big enough for you? Okay, so we are, okay, I need to change the language first because it's English, so you need to read the English word. Okay, so it's an introduction to the database management system. You can also try to log in by yourself, so you can check and remember the path to do this and this, okay? So on the left side, as you can see, it's the every week, okay, every week. And then it starts from the general and then following by the weeks, okay, weeks until the end. Okay, I will start from the general. From the general, you can pose any questions, okay? So if you have any questions during the semester, please put it here. Okay, just add the discussion topic and then the subject and your question. I will answer shortly. Okay. This is to avoid the same question asked by a lot of students. Okay. So before you ask questions to the teacher, please try to read the questions that already posed by your friends. Okay, to avoid the same questions asked many times. And then, okay, it's no need. Starting from, okay, so this is today, okay. Okay, so this is the report file that I was talking about. This is the report file. You can check the template for the report file. You can just write it down, your name and the student ID number for the first student and then the second one. And then you can start from the introduction, the purpose of the reports and the scope, and then the key entities, okay, the tables and kind of things. Can we continue because I think it will need some more minutes so we can end earlier. Is that okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, and then the entities, please explain the entities as the entities represent the real world object like students or the books or orders. Okay, that will be stored in the tables in the database. And then you name the tables and the descriptions. After that, the attributes for each of the tables. Yeah, you need to give some explanations, and then the data type, the attribute name, the constraint, and the descriptions. It's so easy report. Okay, and then the the relationship of the entity. Okay, you can do you can put some little explanation about the relationship, and then saying the type of the relationship, okay, and then showing the ER diagram, the relationship diagram, the entity relationship diagram, okay. This one I use my SQL workbench to produce this ER diagram. You can use any other tools to produce the ERD. Okay, and then the normalization check. Okay, you can do it later on if it violates the normalization, and then you describe how you fix it. Then conclusions and the appendix, if you have. Okay, maybe the SQL script or the sample data that you insert into the database. Okay, I think it's very straightforward. It's so easy, it's so simple. I believe we can do this very perfectly. Okay, and then the course introduction, the one that I just explained to you, you can check here. Okay, still load. Okay, still have to load. Okay, and then next week. Okay, still hidden from you. If it's next week, I will open the link for you, so you can put your name and your teammates on this link. Okay. And I'm not sure if you can open using your mobile phone. I think you can, but there will be, uh, you need to open it using the browser, okay? Because it will not be able to open properly on the model. And then the model will ask you to open in the browser. I think that's how it works, okay? Okay, and then okay, so next week I will open this link for you to enter your name and your teammates. And then don't forget to choose the date. Okay, so before next week, please try your best to find a teammates and the date, okay, for you to choose, whether it's December 4, December 11th, or December 18th. Okay, and we have around 8 groups, 8 to 10. I think I will add some more. Okay, how many students we are now? Let me check. This is introduction. Oh, sorry. Later I will check. Oh, here, I can check here too. I think it's around 60. So we have around 30 groups. 30 groups. Yeah, so there will be 10 groups for 1 week. I will edit the group, the form. Okay, and next up, starting from 22 of September. It's on Tuesday, so it's 25. You can watch the video. Okay, yeah, you can watch the lecture video, and then there will be a quiz and assignments. Okay, for this chapter 1. So chapter 1 is divided into part 1, which is next week, which is explained next week, and part 2, which is explained in the following week. And then you will be okay, so this is the week of the midterm exam because I haven't set it up, so we still have time. Okay, what else I need to explain? Yeah, so basically for the midterm exam, you can just do like doing a quiz, but the difference is you cannot open another windows. Okay, there will be some restriction. Okay. Next, during your okay, so before the presentation of the final, please submit the report file here. Okay, please submit the report file here. Click this link and then you submit your file. Okay? Any question? Oh, I think I need to tell you one more thing about the discussion forum. Okay, so next week we have the first discussion forum. So we have a topic here already. Okay, and then you just need to reply. Okay, reply and give some answers. We have four topic discussions. Okay, this is first, and then this is second, and this is the third, and the fourth. Okay, four, only four. Okay, one more thing. If you present on December 4th, you need to submit your file here for week 1. If you present on the next week, the second week, then you need to see the date, okay? If you present during the third of the week, then please use the link that I have prepared for you. Okay. Any question? 有没有问题？没有。Good. 没有问题 means you understand. You got everything that I explained. Oh, very good. 好棒，好棒，好棒。Yes. Do I need to write the final report in English? Yep. The presentation. Do I also need to speak English? Yep. Yeah. The presentation will be in English. Yeah. Any other question? 没有问题吗？ If you don't have any question, I think the class will be end here. Please don't forget to come next week because the next week will be you deciding your schedule to final report. Okay? So see you next week. Goodbye.